What's up, people? Honey Smoke Riders here, and I know it's been a minute. It's like a couple days after Thanksgiving. Still waiting on back order stuff for the Tahoe, so I can't really go any further on the Tahoe right now because I'm waiting on that. Now, as you know, I painted the wheel wells on the Tahoe. I also did my Caprice that my daughter's driving, or it's her Caprice now. The paint I use is a tractor paint. It's not the cheapest thing in the world. It's kind of a little pricey per gallon. Because of that, I do a lot for the preparation, but I wanted to try something different. So let me show you what I picked up about a week ago. I wanted to give this stuff a try. This right here is basically $10 and $10, 20 bucks worth of stuff. You know, I wanted to see how well does this stuff work for something on a budget. Funny story is I actually went to go get the spray cans. I was going to do everything with spray cans. Price-wise, man, it would have been a lot more money to buy 4 and 5 spray cans than it would be just to buy this. I got an air compressor. I got air guns. I'm going to use a $10 Harbor Freight spray gun to spray it. So basically, if you got an air compressor, it could be a $30 investment. I wanted to try this Rust-Oleum stuff because, for one, I've never tried it before in my life. And for two, I wanted to try something where it doesn't take that much prep. I could just put this primer supposedly on the rusty metal and let it dry and then spray the flat back on it. So it made me thinking, what could I test this out on? I got the perfect test panel right here. The old 77 ElCamino. I ain't done nothing with it in a while. So I said this would be the perfect test to see how well this stuff will hold up. So my goal is paint all this front part of this frame right here. I'm not going to go crazy like I did with the Tahoe. I was going to try to use that with just a wire brush and a scuff pad, but my arm just got tired. I got tired of messing with it. And also, there was a few spots on here that I wanted to get off to the wire. This handheld wire brush wouldn't do it. Little dribbles like that. I wanted to flatten that down. Getting some of that duct tape residue off was almost impossible with just a wire brush. The drill, I didn't want to get too crazy with it, so I just used the drill and this little wire brush attachment. And then I ended up using this scraper on a few spots underneath where it was gunked up. I'm going to show you where I started. I got most old plastic and duct tape off of there, almost all of it, and the dust and grime. And this is where I'm starting, just to show you where I'm starting with. I'm going to put that primer on top of this right here. And I will use an air gun, and as I'm air gunning, just hitting it with this little Scotch-Brite just to get the remainder of the loose stuff off in the air gun. And sweep this all up, and I'm going to shoot the primer. First, I'm going to say I used about half. I used about half of the quart to do for the front part of that frame all the way around it. I will say one thing, this stuff is pretty thick. They say you can thin it down with some paint thinner, but of course I didn't have any paint thinner, so I decided I'm going to dump it in there anyway, and it is what it is. Okay, this is what it's looking like so far. I should have used my pot gun. It would have made it a lot easier to get underneath it, but I didn't. But I still got underneath it, as you can see. All underneath it was done. It wasn't easy. I had to fill the gun up all the way so I could tilt it at some crazy angles. But as you see underneath, it's all done. I'm impressed with that Rust-Oleum paint, seeing how it was super thick and I was using a dirty $10 gun. So when I sprayed the black, I made a decision. I will not be spraying the black today. I will let this dry for 24 hours. I did have to crank my air pressure up. I usually spray at 60, but I had to crank it up to 80 just to get that thick paint up out of the gun. But other than that, man, I'm happy with it. I can't complain for only using a half a quart. This is what I used, the Rustoleum flat black. I used pretty much the same amount of paint that I did primer for like a half quart. And I did cut it down just a little bit with this acetone. It says in the back of the can you can cut it down with acetone. So let me show you how it turned out. And there it is. Just a simple flat black. Nothing too spectacular. Nothing too crazy. Well worth the $20. And to me, I think it looks way better than it did when it started. But you guys comment below and let me know. What do you think? I think this flat black came out pretty good. I'll probably end up doing the firewall in the same thing. But I just want to do this first. I gotta spend a little time on the firewall, actually smoothing this down and getting like stuff like this off of it. But I think for a quick scuff job, I think it turned out pretty good, man. As you see, got that bottom the best I could. Alright, there you have it, people. This is a quick little simple job. 100 Spoke Riders signing out.